Hi everyone, Jennifer here. Today I do have my etiquette horror story to share with you. And basically the subject for today's video is going to be bad language in public. And again, it's something I wanted to discuss. It's something that I discuss in my book, Polish Your Poise with Madame Chic. And obviously as we strive to be poised individuals and to cultivate poise in our own lives, it's important that we watch how we speak and what we say, and especially our language. Now, I am not claiming to be an angel who never swears, because I do and have sworn in my life. Especially when I was younger, I did it a lot more. When I became a parent, I became aware of it, and I tried to eliminate it completely because obviously I don't want my children to hear me swear. But every now and then you stub your toe and a word just comes out. Or, sometimes you get angry and you say something. So that does happen. So I'm not claiming to be a saint in this department. However, I am noticing a trend that people, especially women in public, are swearing very freely, and they do it around people. Everybody. It doesn't matter. It's not quietly to their friends. It's loudly so that everybody can hear, even children. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I have one major etiquette horror story, and then I have a few other examples, recent examples of people who have been swearing in public. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'll share my 3 examples with you. So I'm not going to say what I was doing or what businesses I was at, but basically in the past month or so, I was, at 2 different businesses doing business, stores. And on separate occasions, both of the people who were helping me or were in earshot of me, employees of the company, would swear really loudly, and I was just so shocked by that, because you kind of expect it. Like if you're walking down the street and you hear somebody else's conversation, it's not as shocking. But when you're a customer in a store and you hear an employee of the store use a bad swear word, I do think that it is a bit shocking, and it's also a bit indicative of the level of which we're stooping, the comfort level. So in both cases, the employees used the S word. I mean, isn't this weird? They use this in conversational tone and just casually said this word. So that just, shocked me. If it was just one instance, I'd think, oh, it's just a one-off situation. But it was 2 different stores, and both of these ladies were, lovely ladies. So I was kind of baffled by that. Another example, one time, the last time I got my hair cut, I'm sitting in the hair salon, and there was a lady who was getting her hair done next to me, and she was on her cell phone dealing with a crisis from work. And so she had a long conversation. It was about 20 minutes, I'm not sure. She's yelling into the phone. She's like totally stressed out, which stressed me out. I felt like I took on her stress from her work problem. Anyway, but I guess I understand she had to deal with this issue. The only trouble was that during this conversation on her phone, she was swearing profusely. I mean, the F word, the S word, every bad word I could imagine, she's saying on this phone call. It was just shocking. So, again, I think the reason why I'm saying this is that I think it's important to be aware of our surroundings. So obviously, maybe there are business owners who are watching this video and you had no idea you needed to tell your employees, please do not swear in front of the customers. But apparently you do have to say that. And also for the lady that was on the phone having that crisis, I think the level of self-awareness is too much. She's not thinking about the other people in the salon and how we don't want to hear swear words, basically. Okay, time for my etiquette horror story at Joffrey's. So we recently celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary, and we went to lunch at Joffrey's, as we often do, because we got married there. We had our ceremony on the cliffs by the sea. And so my husband and I and our 2 daughters, we went for Sunday brunch, and Joffrey's is so lovely. It is a lovely restaurant, and most people there were dressed very elegantly, and it was just a beautiful experience. Now, of course, the table next to us was a table of 6, and I don't know why. It's like a moth to a flame, but all these ladies who had just come from a workout, and they were all in their exercise clothes and bra tops and spandex yoga pants, leggings, or whatever, came to sit down. And at this point, I think it's funny. I think that there's like some funny cosmic joke that I'm always attracted to people in their exercise clothes at nice restaurants. Do you remember I did my video last year, and it was a polarizing video. I really got attacked for that video because I did assert my opinion that when you go to a nice restaurant, that you should dress appropriately. And if you are coming from a workout, that you should cover it up with a tunic or a sweater or something. I still stand by that stance, and call me old-fashioned, but that is, what I think. Anyway, these ladies, they were all having a nice time, and they were sitting next to us at brunch. Now, at one point, one of the ladies could not find her cell phone, and their table's really close to us, so we can hear everything they say. She's looking in her purse, and she can't find her cell phone. So she stands up and pushes her chair in, and she's digging through her purse. The trouble is that she is bent over, and I'm not exaggerating here, ladies. Okay. Her rear end, her bum basically was just right in between my two daughters. She was just bent over looking for her cell phone, and she's in these yoga pants, okay? And she was digging for that phone for the longest time. I think between probably like at least half a minute. She was freaking out. She couldn't find her phone. And the whole time, the 4 of us are trying to have our lunch, and her backside is literally right at our table in the yoga pants. And my husband and I are just looking at each other like, this is unbelievable. He's laughing because he thinks that I just attract this to me. So we're just sitting there, and my girls were like shocked. They were horrified. They wanted her to move, Finally, she found her phone. She thought she had left it at the bar, but she found it in her purse, right, after bending over with showing us everything. And she pulls out her phone, and she said, "Oh, I found it." And then she just says the S word so loudly. She says that word. I'm obviously not going to say it. "Oh, crap." I'll say that. She said, "I'm sorry," to all her friends at the table. And then she sits down. So we are in the middle of having our nice brunch, and suddenly we have someone's backside in our face. And then she starts swearing. So that's the etiquette horror story. Why do I bring this up? Why do I not just ignore it, like many people tell me that I should, and not discuss it? Well, I bring it up because on this blog, we talk about cultivating poise, we talk about etiquette. And while many people, the majority of people who watch my videos do that, I always have new people watching my videos all the time. And I'm hoping that sometimes these discussions may touch a nerve with someone. And it's an important reminder for all of us to not just think about ourselves and our own world. I get that she was upset that she thought she lost her cell phone, but she could also think about the people dining next to her, the 2 little girls, who she swore in front of, and we're all trying to, and they looked at me. They knew that was a bad word, I think. I don't know how they knew that, but they just looked at me. We must think about other people. And I think that there is no crime in me saying that. As a society, it is not just whatever goes. It's not just who cares what everybody else does. No, I think that it's important that we think about other people in our lives and how we are affecting them. Now, if she had known the view that we had of her, she probably wouldn't have done that. She wasn't aware, basically, that she was doing this. It's not like she did it on purpose. And she seemed like a very nice lady. So it's just a matter of self-awareness and how we behave in public, how we carry ourselves in public. It is the whole reason why I wrote Polish Your Poise with Madame Chic. Because I think to cultivate poise, we must cultivate an inner grace and elegance, and we must use this during all sorts of situations, even the stressful ones where you think you've lost your cell phone, or when you're in a social setting amongst a group of friends and you're really comfortable, it's still important to maintain poise, and that is why I bring this up. So I think that, you know, through this video, hopefully we can all realize that we should watch how we speak. You know, it is very inappropriate to swear in front of children. And I just that will always be my stance. If you disagree strongly with me, I don't know what to say other than this might not be the blog for you. Because I will never change my stance. I think that, you know, that we need to hold each other up to a higher standard here. And that is my etiquette horror story for you today. Today I would love to start the discussion. What do you think about bad language in public? Is it something that you have experienced before? Is it something that you personally have done? What are your thoughts about it? Do you think it doesn't matter at all? I'd like to hear from everybody. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. But please, let's keep the discussion civil. I realize you might not agree with me on this, and that's okay. But let's keep the conversation civil and poised. Thank you so much for joining me on the Daily Connoisseur. I'll see you soon. Bye.